Ahoy, this is Zdenka. Check this out. With just one lens, you can capture everything. From ultra-detailed close-ups to stunning macros taken from far away, so you are safe. No bee stings. Plus, there is one important thing you need to know about iPhone's telephoto sensor, as it can destroy your photos. I learned the hard way. Want to know more? This video is brought to you by Reeflex. What is this? This is the world's first lens specifically engineered for the 5x telephoto cameras of top-tier smartphones, both Apple and Samsung, developed by Reeflex. I've introduced this company on this channel a couple times already. They have great lenses and apps for photography. I'll link those videos below. This lens is specifically designed for Apple's latest flagship models, including the iPhone 16 Pro, 16 Pro Max, and 15 Pro Max. For those wondering, the lens is also compatible with the previous generation of iPhones, iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max, and iPhone 13 Pro and Pro Max. All the tests you are seeing are taken with iPhone. However, this lens is also optimized for Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra and S23 Ultra. It allows to achieve up to 20 times magnification when used with a built-in 10x telephoto camera. It came all the way from Italy. It is all designed in the house, patent pending. You just mount it to their G series and Legacy Pro series phone case like this, directly over a telephoto camera. Actually, if you already have a case that has 17mm thread mount, you can use that as well. This lens is now available on Kickstarter. They are offering super early bird discount up to 43% off. Let's test the lens. What is this lens made for? Let's start with the reach. When you mount it over the 5x telephoto camera, you will double the reach. You will get 10 times optical magnification. There is a big difference between optical and digital. When you use digital zoom, the more you zoom, the worse quality you are going to get. The picture is kind of going to fall apart. 10 times optical magnification will bring out all details. The images will be very sharp. Just so you see the differences in the optical lengths. This photo was taken with an ultra-wide angle lens. This photo was taken with one-time main camera. Another photo was taken with 5x telephoto lens. And this one was taken with super telephoto 240mm. That is going to give you a 10x zoom. You can take distant landscape photos, sporting events, live events. I would even use it at concerts, wildlife photography, urban, and city architecture. Let's zoom in on some of the photos just to show you the details. You can see everything really clearly. The details are sharp. I see a bit vignetting in the photos. Those are those darker corners around. It can be easily removed in Lightroom with this tool. What else can we use this lens for? Wildlife, animal portraits, and human portraits. Sure, you can take photos in portrait mode to get bokeh, but it's not going to be as natural. If you use this lens, it's going to give you very nice subject isolation and natural compression. The bokeh will also be different from portrait mode. You would take these photos from 3 to 5 meters away. I have to let you know that all these photos were taken in a Reeflex app, as you cannot use it with native camera app. You have to use third-party app. Those have built-in features to be able to use telephoto lenses. I have to admit, what completely blew me away was the macro feature. To be able to use it as a macro lens with these two little magnetic macro add-ons. Normally, if you enable macro feature in native camera app, you have to be this close on the subject to be able to take the shot very close. If you use a traditional macro lens, you can be a tiny bit further away, but still you have to be very close to be able to take the photos. When you are so close, the fly flies away, the insects disappear. It's very difficult to take shots like that. I am not allergic to bee stings, but I don't like to be that close and risk anything, so I usually don't take photos like that. These two add-ons completely changed everything for me. I'm now officially obsessed with macro photography. Just take a look at these photos. Just take a look at the details. I'm going to zoom in so you can see all the little hair, the pollen. It's just beautiful. How do these add-ons work? This one is 200 millimeters macro add-on, so you can be as far away as 20 centimeters to take the shot. This one is even better. This one is a 300 millimeters macro add-on, so you can be 30 centimeters away from the subject. I felt very comfortable around bees to take these shots. I didn't bother them. I was far away. I had so many great chances to take the shots. I'm completely obsessed now. When I'll be out and about, I'll be taking an eye on different things I can take photos of. These flies normally disappear when you get closer, so I never really had luck before to take macro shots of them. Now it was easy. I was far away. It was so easy to take the shot. I can easily say that the macro feature is my most favorite. I've been doing photography for over 20 years now, and sometimes you just lose the interest and you need a different spark. You just get bored and lose passion. But with this, I think I found something that just caught my interest in a big way. I got lost out there and I forgot about the time. This is what I love about photography. You enjoy something so much that you live the moment, you capture the moment, you get lost in it. Let's take a look at the whole package again. So this is the lens. This is the magnetic lens cap that you snap on like this and take off like that. This is the 200 millimeters macro add-on. And this one is the 300 millimeters macro add-on. It's not everything. There is also this magnetic G-series adapter, so you can use ND filters, CPL filters, and mist filters with it. It all snaps like this. Everything is magnetic. If you're wondering about the cost, I'm gonna link it all below. As I mentioned earlier, it's now available on Kickstarter. It's a brand new product. Take advantage of the offer, super early bird discount up to 43% off. Let me now tell you the story when it comes to the iPhone telephoto sensor, the little flaw I discovered. Whenever I take photos with smartphone, I treat it exactly the same way as any other camera. I push it to the limits. Sometimes I do things I'm not really supposed to do. My cameras get abused. One of the things I love to do is to shoot against the light. Smartphones, especially if you have light in the back, produce quite flat looking images. It always looks better to take photos or film against the sunlight. When I was taking long exposure photos in the Reeflex app at Niagara Falls, and I'll link that tutorial below as well, I shot these photos against the sun, as you can see. There were no issues with the photos. The water was beautiful, silky, and white. Those photos were taken with one-time main camera and ultra-wide angle camera. Now, I took very similar photos of a local fountain with the telephoto camera and this lens over it. I tried the long exposure and I ended up with this colorful effect that is called fringe. So I emailed Reeflex saying that it's too bad that this lens has that effect, but they responded back saying that it's not the lens, it's actually the telephoto camera sensor. So the next day I went back and I reshot everything without their lens, just with the telephoto sensor, and they were right. This could happen only with a telephoto camera if you are dealing with super harsh light and it's overexposed. Main camera and ultra-wide cameras are okay. I haven't had that happen. If that ever happens to you, just take the photos in less harsh light conditions or just switch to main camera. As you can see, those Niagara Falls shots don't have that. If you wonder how you can rid of it in the post, there is a fringe removal tool in Lightroom that can correct this if it's not too strong. I noticed that it can remove it to a certain degree, but not completely. That flaw is all about the telephoto camera's sensor. It's not about that lens. As you saw all the examples I was showing throughout the video, it takes some really beautiful photos in normal lighting conditions. It's a very welcomed innovation. I'll be diving into more photography tutorials with iPhone 16 Pro, and I will need this lens to help for sure. Please let me know in the comments below what do you think about this new lens. Any feedback would be greatly appreciated. Give it a thumbs up if you found this video informative. Don't forget to subscribe for more and check out one of these earlier mentioned tutorials in this video. They are right here. See you there. Ciao. Ahoj.